A guy accidentally fell in love with his fiance's older sister. To get her, he first used the excuse of teaching her to play table tennis and pulled her into his arms. Surprisingly, the woman didn't get angry. Instead, she stared at him with a seductive look.
I was doing just fine until you showed up.
The story of my life.
Facing her stunning beauty, the guy's mouth went dry, just as he couldn't hold back and wanted to do something. The woman's husband walked into the room. The husband didn't notice anything unusual, and the guy let out a sigh of relief but also felt a bit disappointed. If the husband hadn't shown up, something might have happened between him and the woman. The next day, when the guy was tidying up his room, he suddenly saw the woman walking into the pouring rain. He realized it was an opportunity, quickly caught up with her, and asked what had happened. After learning that she had had an argument with her husband, he was secretly thrilled. He immediately took the chance to get closer and won her heart. After this experience, their relationship heated up quickly. Whenever they were free, they'd meet up secretly. However, the woman soon got tired of this secret relationship. She wanted to be with the guy openly, but the guy disagreed because his fiancée came from a very wealthy family, and he didn't want the woman to mess up his future. So he sent the woman away without hesitation, married his fiancée smoothly, and lived the life he'd always dreamed of. The man actually fell in love with his son's girlfriend. Seeing their intimate actions, his heart ached like being stabbed with a knife. As long as his son was not with Mary, he'd take the opportunity to call her, longing for her response. After confirming that Mary was home alone, Jack rushed to her place in a hurry. Then he indulged himself without any scruples. As days went by, Jack felt more and more tormented inside. He thought he couldn't stand it anymore. Holding back his love for Mary every day was killing him. He wanted Mary to break up with his son and then spend the rest of his life with her. However, Mary rejected him on the spot.
He's your son. He'd hate you.
Her rejection tore Jack's heart apart again, but seeing that she was determined, he had to force himself to hold back his feelings. One day, Jack went to his father-in-law's place for a meal with his family. During the meal, something his son said shocked him.
I've just asked Anna to marry me, and I'm pleased to say she said yes.
The news was like a bolt from the blue, leaving Jack completely stunned. Once his son married Mary, he'd lose his chance forever. Jack quickly adjusted his mood, afraid that his wife would notice something was wrong. At night, Jack tossed and turned in bed, unable to fall asleep. He couldn't accept the result, so he quietly went downstairs. Mary was waiting for him outside. They didn't say a word, and just walked into Mary's room. The boy poured sand on the nanny's belly button, but the nanny just tugged at her swimsuit bottoms and wasn't mad. This made the boy even bolder. Then he sprinkled a bag of popping candy on the nanny's hand, and stuck out his tongue to lick it like crazy. To his surprise, the nanny seemed to really enjoy it, which made the boy even more daring. He even blatantly watched the nanny change clothes, but the nanny always thought he was just a kid and didn't care at all. However, the boy was already 24 years old. Even though he had a slow physical development, his mind was already mature. Every morning when he woke up, the first thing he did was to find ways to take advantage of the nanny. At night, he even asked the nanny to hug him to sleep. The innocent nanny didn't notice a thing and just let the boy mess around on her. Just when the boy was about to confess his love to her, he accidentally found out that the nanny was having an affair with his dad. Not long after that, the nanny got pregnant. The boy was extremely angry and punched the nanny hard in the belly, but it didn't do any good. Seeing that his half-brother was about to be born, the boy quietly picked up a pair of scissors to kill the baby in the womb while the nanny was taking a nap. Unexpectedly, the nanny had already noticed.